Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. So for today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about the upgrades that have been um, announced for the game in the form of the Umbral system. Now, for a lot of people, Umbral doesn't sound familiar, but since I'm a Destiny fan, obviously I haven't played Destiny in quite a long time. I actually did play the Umbral expansion um, about a year ago. It was some content on my channel. There's a few videos from Destiny. Unfortunately, I never got to play it on PC. It's just one of those things. It's a little bit beyond me, and it just won't play on my PC. So unfortunately, I can't get to Destiny content. But I definitely am a lover of the game, so I definitely know enough about the game to actually give fair comment on anybody who copies its game style, especially its upgrade systems. So, Umbral system is actually a multi-part upgrade. The Umbral system is a year-long plan. I'm going on where it comes from. Remember, you can't blame a person for comparing the original to a copy. The low level player, I wanted to give him that weird wood, but looks like he isn't interested. Okay, sorry about that. So the Umbral system is a multi-part story upgrade. It actually upgrades your faction stories so that the end game has a more potent end. So yeah, so it's basically meant to lead up to your end game story, and that is basically where Umbral comes in, and it forms into what they call the Penumbral update. That is how Destiny used it, so I'm actually going to compare them directly. But since they've decided to use the code names from a game that I respect a lot, they're going to be rated on comparison to them. So for example, the lagginess of their world isn't going to get them much of a downgrade on the score, but the quality of their content and their quality in service to their players, the apologies, the items given, the progression, that is definitely going to earn them negative points. Now, what do I mean by earning them negative points? I mean I'm gonna minus points from them every time I rate them. One mistake is gonna be scrutinized far heavier than it should be. Obviously, based on their funding, they come from a more wealthy company, so they're gonna be rated even higher up on the schedule. So in other words, for a game of this caliber, lag should be a minimal effect, and disconnection and reconnection should be effortless and easy for them. If it isn't, well, they just get negative scores from me. That's how I work it. As I said, I'm harsh on them because they copied a very good game. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So here's the first thing which comes up. You have a progressional item that actually upgrades all of your existing content within the game to match up with your new updates. Now on that note, they don't have any new updates that have literally pushed that type of a bound as yet. I had to take the big tree. It was very important to get the big tree. Okay. So yeah, going on to the next point within this whole umbral penumbral um, mayhem and chaos that flows through the game. When you use an umbral system, as I said, it's an upgrade so that everything can catch up to your upgrade levels. You have to introduce new areas, new story, new powers, new weapons. So basically, they have a lot that they lacking from that upgrade system in particular that still needs to come in. Okay, so yeah, that's just the first part to this insanity, and yeah. So what's coming out with the next upgrade? An upgrade to our existing content to come up to endgame levels. No, sorry. The next one is just upgrading our endgame slightly for some particular reason with mutations added to them. So we're going to get a mix of enemy factions within our dungeons, and it's for some reason coming in over a new patch or new areas or anything of that sort. So yeah, I don't know how to take that, to be honest. I don't know whether I should say bravo or well done to them on totally missing the point of using such a high level system. But yeah, they totally missed how the system works, and I don't know if it is going to be even a slight success to them. They might pull this into a whole new angle altogether and fail. But you know what? It's Amazon Studios, so like a minus 190 out of 10. I think is where they're heading for and where they want to be by the end of their career. Uh, Generally, people want to upgrade, but I think it's more of a downgrade. They want to see if whether or not they can go down to the level where they have to go back to kindergarten as developers by the time they're done making this game. You never know. That just might happen. They might regress that fast if they can actually achieve their goals. Provided that is actually their goal. If their goal is anything else, they've already achieved it. So yeah, too bad. Uh, I'm very harsh on that studio right now because of their copy. You can't just copy a premium game studio and hope that people like your content. You need to actually put in the work so you're better buck up and get to the level, because you are being judged on what you have said. Obviously, I'm not a premium content creator. I am nowhere near anybody of any type of level. So yeah, that's just the way that I am. I'm me. So, right. The next thing about the system, they're going to be doing weapon infusion and upgrades. However, to make their weapon infusion and upgrades a little bit more stringent on its restrictions, they have enforced a level to the upgrades. Believe it or not, it's 590. So gear of level 590 plus can be upgraded through the Umbral gear upgrade system. So your jewelry, your weapons can all upgrade through Umbral somehow, past 590 into the 600s, but they will not upgrade in status from epic to legendary. They just will be a level 600 epic gear, right? That's all it's going to be. It's a 600 epic gear. End of story. It looks like they have done another one of their sneaky upgrades. I'll explain that in the next video. There was something that was changed, and I will explain it as soon as you get to the next video, because there's a lot that needs to be spoken about. The whole reason that it's being explained, I'm actually also going to go through it, and I just would like to inform you that yeah, they've snuck in some hidden changes, some nerfs and buffs which weren't here before, and yeah, that's just about it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Looked like it was up. Oh well, Ironwood Grove is down. Alright. I'm just having some fun with this guy. He can't kill me. Not alone. So yeah, that there hasn't been upgraded. So it's the higher level opponents that were upgraded somehow, for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they pack a way heavier punch now in the game. You'll notice it as you go through. I just wanted to double check that it wasn't an all-round upgrade. So yeah, so the umbral system towards that effect will upgrade our weapons, so forth. So our perks will take slight upgrades. So if you had a 15% recovery of health and you take it to 625, expect it to go up by 0.25, possibly maybe less. So yeah, you might get a 0.01 or 0.1 added in, and that'll be 25 levels of umbral upgrades into your legendaries and your epics. And that's just basically what we're going to be fighting for, starting with the next set of DLC content that's coming out in the game. Now I know that it doesn't sound like I'm talking about something amazing or fantastic or anything that big in terms of gameplay, but trust me, there's going to be a lot for you to go through when that system launches, because they're going to have some other effects that aren't so very well known and aren't so popular. So yeah, just keep an eye on the upgrade system as it launches and all of its effects. Oh, chop. There's an ironwood tree that grows here. It's one of the reasons why I use this route. Alright, let's talk about the rest of the upgrade system. So, the next upgrade that's coming to the game is not an upgrade, it is just a buff of the current activities. They're doing a mutation variant of the game. Mutation variants are basically Vanguard heroic strikes and above, where they introduce a alternate enemy into the surge of your enemy. So basically, you can have other enemy factions showing up into your expeditions. At this point, expeditions aren't really as challenging as you would have expected them to be. They're a lot less on the mechanic side. They're understandable, they're easy to play, they're easy to conquer. So yeah, they're simple in that sense. And the only thing that's difficult about them is if you play them correctly and if you're leveling up at a fair pace without blowing your money on gear. Now I did do that, and I was planning on not going to a full void, but once I did go void, I realized why you have to go void. That's in the next video, where I explain the differences in this armor and what makes it so superior to the others. I don't think it's meant to be the superior. I think it might be some type of glitch that was accidentally added to the game, but you'll see when that video comes out. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so what else is there to talk about on the Umbral mutation system? Well, the mutation system is going to add a certain level of irritation to your dungeons. You're going to have to carry multiple weapon coatings into the dungeons, loading up your inventory and making it cost more for you to teleport around the map. Adding to the difficulty of the game is actually just adding to the cost of your play and irritating your time required. They don't really intend to actually improve the game or add new things. They just intend to delay you slightly. Now, when you do mutations the way they're doing it, you need to make sure that your mutations aren't just going to be a delay tactic or a stall tactic or an increase temporarily in difficulty for a single section of your expedition. It needs to be an all-round improvement in order for it to actually have some significance to the gameplay. Now, I know that that sounds a bit harsh and it might be a bit much to ask for a game company of the level of Amazon to do, they may be premium plus in terms of finance, but they are subpar when it comes to actual competency and content generation. So yeah, we can't really expect much from them, and expecting as much as I'm expecting might be a little bit too high on the bar for them. But as I said, they asked for it themselves. When they put on a system from a great game, they definitely deserve their negative ratings as they come at this point. You don't copy a Rockstar and expect not to be judged by the Rockstar standard. That's how I say it. Like, even if they copied a Valheim idea, I would literally scrutinize them like crazy because I think Valheim is an amazing game. When was the last time I played it? Well, that wasn't that long ago, but I don't have any company and the game isn't that fun to redo every single activity every single time I jump into the game. So it's just my excuse on why I'm not doing too much in the game at this particular time. Whew, okay, so the last part of the Umbral story, which is going to make a big difference, is storytelling. Now, Umbral focuses major on plot development and tying up everything into a focal point. So basically leading enemies towards each other, unifying and disbanding enemies, adding new enemy factions. All of this is required for an Umbral system or the build up to a new enemy faction. Now, in terms of the game, are the enemies that we haven't seen? Well, most probably. Are the enemy factions equal to each other? No, they're not. Do they fight each other? No, they don't. Are they allies with each other? No, they aren't. So I don't really get how things go. Wild beasts don't attack anybody, and you get it. It's just such a mess of understanding that you can't really get anywhere when you just think about the game in a standard format. You have to try and go further beyond. If anybody gets that reference, bravo to you. But anyway, that's just the complaints I have for the basics within New World. And as I'm saying, it's just the basics. They're starter level complaints. Oh, I didn't see you there. Yeah, oh, kitchen's right here. Let's see, anything, no, I don't have level 5 foods. Level 4 foods. As you can see, I'm not that far away. All I need is a little bit of a push, and then I'll be able to reach Hearty soon. Hearty should be right there. I actually have Hearty food. Whew, okay. So yeah, that's going to be about what I have to discuss about it. And as we're saying, we should expect to hold them to that standard. They decided to copy something of a great value. They're going to have to compete with it. It's like somebody trying to say they're the next Picasso by copying his Mona Lisa's name. And they make a Mona Lisa and it's absolutely hideous. It doesn't look anything like the masterpiece from Leonardo da Vinci. You'd never ever equate them to each other, if I'm correct. Mona Lisa is Leonardo da Vinci. If not, then it's a Picasso. But I don't think it's a Picasso. I think it's Leonardo. But anyway, if you're gonna compare art of that type with each other, they're going to have to rate up to each other. In terms of graphics, they'll never be able to stand against a game like Destiny. The graphics suck, and that is at the low level, and Destiny at the low level was awesome. Their cinematics were incredible, their storylines were fantastic, the voiceovers, the voice that comes through with everything that you hear, everything that you see was fantastic. Entering a dungeon was an amazing experience. There was story to start the stuff, there was story to end it. There was lore that came out of all of these things, and obviously we want to hold the same faction, not same faction, the same amount of responsibility to New World for copying them. Obviously, you can't expect to be the best without doing the work to be the best. And if you're copying the best, you better give the same level of work. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to downgrading my rating of this game even further. If you want to know what my rating right now is, just because they use the word Umbra, my rating of the low 4s or low 3s for them has now turned to a negative 43. Negative 43, they lost points for everything which is different from the game which they decided to copy. So in my terms, minus 10 for PvP in the PvE world, right? Number 2, minus 10 for a lack of expansions. Obviously, that's the same thing that Destiny gets hit on very hard, but they haven't expanded in 6 months at all. There is not a single expansion to this game. Then minus 10 for content releases, because they haven't given us any new content in terms of a seasonal activity or anything of the sort. Minus 10 again for customer service, support, and general gameplay, because they aren't a premium level service. So that gives you minus 40. That means that they actually managed to recover somewhere 7 points, and they recover 7 points in the following ways. Functional game with more than 20,000 players, 1 point. Functional game with more than one effective weapon, 1 point. They have 3 already, so 2 plus 3 gives them 5, right? I gave them another 2 for no apparent reason. Just gave them 2 points for nothing. That's just me being extraordinarily generous for them. Minus 43 is like, let's see, it's like giving Mario Kart 100 points for graphics out of 10. That's how generous I am to them right now by giving them minus 43. You get it, right? Mario Kart's graphics are terrible in comparison to this. And not the modern one, I'm talking about the original Mario Kart, in case anybody is confusing it. The first set of Mario Kart, the one which is still in like pixels. But yeah, that's what I'm comparing them to. So yeah, that's where I'm giving them their ratings. I hope that things do change in the future. And see you all then, and have a good day.